Today, we're going to be going over how to easily solo the Samurott Raid. Now, I want to put a caveat with that. This raid is not easy. The title's kind of clickbait. It's one of the harder raids out there to solo as one of the unrivaled raids, the 7-star raids. Now, we're going to be using Cloister. There are a lot of videos out there already about using Cloister. Trust me, I've watched them, but I have it down to a science, and there's a few things we need to go over first. First, the moveset you want to have for Cloister is Iron Defense, Shell Smash, Rock Blast, and Aqua Ring. Now, he does not learn Aqua Ring naturally, so what you have to do, you have to put a Mirror Herb on him, you have to go to your Azumarill, okay, because your Azumarill is going to be able to learn Aqua Ring. You're going to teach Aqua Ring to Azumarill, and what you're going to do is you're going to take all the Pokemon out of your party except for Azumarill and Cloister. You're going to remove a move from Cloister, so he only has 3 moves. After you teach Aqua Ring to Azumarill, put Azumarill with Aqua Ring and Cloister in your party with the Mirror Herb with only 3 moves. Go into a picnic, he'll have Aqua Ring right away, okay? So that's something some people might not know about, but Aqua Ring is very important for this raid. Okay, the stats we want to have on Cloister. We want to max out his HP and max out his attack, okay? So you're going to want 26 protein, 26 HP ups, and then give him 1 iron for defense. If you use feathers, that's fine. If you want to EV train them, that's fine as well. But you're going to 26 HP ups, 26 proteins, and 1 iron. You also want him to have an adamant nature, and he has to have the ability Shell Armor. The reason you have to have Shell Armor is because it protects from critical hits. And Samurott is one of the only raid Pokemon that's the 7-star raids to use Focus Energy. So he's going to be critting basically all the time when possible. I'm going to be spending the rest of the day trying out other Pokemon to see if there's something easier to use. But so far, we're just going to go with Cloister. You're going to want to give some PP ups to Rock Blast because it is a move that can miss. Okay, so get it to 16 PP. And now we're going to go find the Samurott Raid. Now, 2 things before we get in the raid that I need to mention. One, you're going to want a Rock Tera type on Cloister. To do that, go to the Medali Diner, give him some Rock Tera shards, and give him a Rock Tera type. If you don't have Rock Tera shards, this may be doable, but it's going to be a lot harder. Also, you're going to want to give him the loaded dice as an item. The loaded dice makes the multi-hit moves go out to 4 or 5. So he's always at least going to be hitting 4 times with Rock Blast. It's one of the new items in this generation, and it's really cool. So make sure he has the loaded dice, and he has a Rock Tera type. So we have an Intimidator. This is good. It's not the most ideal comp. The most ideal comp would be have an Arcanine because not only does he die a lot to throw out Intimidates, he also uses Leer, which lowers defense. So we're going to start off with an Aqua Ring right here. First move you're going to use is Aqua Ring. Now, Samurott does not remove negative effects from himself very much during the battle, maybe twice per battle. So the Intimidates are going to stack quickly. We're not going to take much damage here. That's the great thing. The other thing I want to emphasize is that you are never going to need to heal during the battle, ever. No matter how low your health gets, you're never going to need to cheer heal. Aqua Ring is going to replenish your health enough to get the job done. So now we're going to throw out a Rock Blast. We're not going to start using our setup moves yet because he's going to nullify our stats and abilities here pretty soon. We're going to use, sometimes at the beginning of the battle you can get 2 Rock Blasts off. Sometimes you only get 1 before he puts up his shield. So he's going to use Mega Horn, and we're going to see if, okay, we're not taking that much damage. Now we're going to see if he puts up his shield right away. He is, let's see, he is, yep, he is. Okay, so now he's going to neutralize, this is a vulnerable part of the battle, okay, because Shell Armor is now neutralized for 1 turn. Or nullified, I guess I should say, for 1 turn. So he very well is most likely going to crit us here, but we're still going to be okay. Now we're going to want to start setting up our iron defense. Oh, he missed. That's even better. He missed. Okay, now our Shell Armor ability is back up and running, so we won't be crit. We have an iron defense up, which is absolutely massive. And we're going to set another iron defense up. You can set up 2 or 3. I usually set up 2. and then start using the shell smashes, because unfortunately it'd be a lot easier, but he's going to nullify your abilities once again in the battle. So now we're going to set up for shell smashes. We're going to want to use 3 of them to get to max attack. Man, that miss was huge. That was huge, because most of the time he crits there because shell armor is inactive for that one turn. So as you can see, Aqua Ring is healing us enough throughout the battle that we're not going to need to heal. Even if he would have crit us there and we got down to like 90 HP, still don't heal, because you're going to keep setting up iron defenses, and he's going to do less damage to you than that your Aqua Ring ends up healing you. Okay, so here's our second shell smash. I think it's the second. Is it the second or the third? I'll have to see how many I've used so far. Yeah, rise sharply. Night slash, yeah, gonna do like 0 damage. Aqua Ring is going to heal more than that. How many shell smashes have I used? I've only used 2, so we're gonna get to the third right here. Now this is our third. Now we're gonna start firing off the rock blasts. Now, something that is nice is a Pokemon like Umbreon will use Thunder Wave and paralyze him, which slows him down significantly. But remember, none of those moves work while the shield is up, which is why I mentioned with Arcanine and Weavile, if you have those 2 Pokemon, they use Leer, which makes the raid a lot easier because his defense is lowered so much. And his shield isn't up very, very long, like I said. So now here comes we need 2 Rock Blasts in a row to be able to Terrastalize. Staraptor isn't dying as many times as I would like, but I'm not taking that much damage. So, and because of the loaded dice, we're going to be, hitting 4 to 5 times every time. Another Mega Horn. And you can see, we're close to full health. And because of Cloister's massive defense, it makes it much easier. I'm going to be testing throughout the day to find out if there's any other Pokemon that can, beat this maybe a little easier. But I'm not sure I'm going to find many, because he's one of the only unrivaled Pokemon to use Focus Energy. And Focus Energy lasts for the whole battle. That means he's going to be critting like 80 to 90% of the time. So I don't know a Pokemon without Shell Armor. I don't know if they'd be able to do this raid. Okay, now we get to Terrastalize. Now, this can be risky in some situations, because when he neutralizes or nullifies your stats again, he's going to hit you with a stab move that can potentially crit. And you're going to be weak to that move because now you're rock. So, you don't have to Terrastalize here, but I usually do it because I want to get that shield down as quickly as possible. Now, these Rock Blasts are going to finish off the shield. And we're going to just keep doing damage. And the timer, it does become a factor in this battle. It can get very close to being at the end, but you usually win the battle with just enough time left. Okay, he's gonna remove negative effects from himself. Let's see, we're gonna be able to get 1 more Rock Blast off before he's going to nullify our stats and abilities. And that's when we're going to be the most vulnerable, which is the worst situation you can be in the battle, because he's going to hit you with a stab move that can potentially crit. Okay, here we go. He was hit 4 times. There comes the nullification of the stat changes and the abilities. Now we're going to want to get to Iron. He's paralyzed, so we can set up another Iron Defense. But Iron Defense would be meaningless if he crits us. Okay, Iron Defense is very nice since he's paralyzed. What's he going to hit us with? Oh, he couldn't move because he's paralyzed. Okay, perfect. So, now this battle is going to be easy the rest of the way. Yes, he used Swords Dance. That's fine. He's been intimidated enough, and he can't crit us. So I want to emphasize again that you don't necessarily have to Terrastalize to finish off his Terra Shield. Because if he does hit you with a crit with a move that is super effective against you when you go to rock, it could potentially kill you. But we've set up 2 Iron Defenses. Now we're going to set up 2 Shell Smashes again, and we're just going to finish off this battle. So it's the complete walkthrough of how we're going to do this. When you want to use your Tera type is up to you. You can wait till after the shield is gone and after he has nullified the stats and abilities, so he can't hit you with a super effective crit, which will most likely kill you, or you can do it like I did and basically have like a 70 or 80% chance of survival at that time. So here comes another shell smash. We'd probably be able to get away with only 2 shell smashes, but we're going to go 3 because of the timer. We have plenty of time left, and the amount of damage that he does is not going to be enough to take us down. Umbreon was huge here because of the Thunder Wave to paralyze him. There are certain Pokemon that are much more beneficial than others in this. You know, Gardevoir really isn't doing anything. Staraptor and Umbreon are basically carrying here. You can get Garganacl, which is super effective. You can get, like I said, Weavile and Arcanine, which will use Leer as well to make this a lot easier. So as you can see, the timer is moving down pretty quickly here. But we're going to be able to get our Rock Blast off, and we should be able to finish him off. So if you guys know any other way of doing this raid better, if you have an update to how you can use Cloister more effectively, leave it in the comment section below. But otherwise, I think this is the best way to do it pretty much. Only hit 4 times. Again, we got to be in kind of a hurry here. I'm not worried. We're not worried about dying. We're not worried about dying at all. We're just worried about... Oop, not Iron Defense. We're just worried about killing it. Oh, I missed the Rock Blast. That's awful. Missing a Rock Blast is awful. It's going to be close. I need to get 2 more Rock Blasts off before the time runs out. 2 more Rock Blasts should be able to knock him out. Now, there's going to be times where the timer is more lenient. You're going to have more time. There's going to be times where you're like this, where it's going to be awfully close. But I think we're going to end up being able to finish him off here, because all I need to do is get 1 more Rock Blast off after this. It's going to say now that he's gathering his energy. He's about to release his energy. But we have plenty of time to get 1 more Rock Blast off. You can feel a tremendous amount of energy. There isn't much time left. But here comes the last Rock Blast. Even if I miss, I should have... Yep, I missed. Perfect. Great. Okay, but Staraptor finished him off with Brave Bird. So there you have it, guys. Remember, start with Aqua Ring. Use a Rock Blast or 2 until he puts his shield up. Wait till he nullifies your abilities, which he's going to do right away. You're then going to start using a few Iron Defenses, set up with Shell Smash, use more Rock Blasts. Then you can determine if you want to Terrastallize or not to finish off the shield. Once you do that, you can use another Rock Blast before he's going to nullify the abilities again. And that's where you're most vulnerable, because if you're Terrastallize and he uses a Drill Run and he crits, it could end the battle. But most of the time it doesn't. So then just reset yourself up with Iron Defenses and Shell Smashes and finish off the battle. This is one of the more complex battles that we've done with these unrivaled Pokemon. I mean, Decidueye was massively easy with Belly Bolt and Miraidon if you use that. Slowbro was easy to use against Cinderace and Greninja. Cloister, I think, is the best Pokemon to go after Samurott. So if you enjoyed this video and if this helped you, please comment, leave a like, and let me know in the comment section what teams you guys are using. I don't know if you like to do it with a group. That makes it easier. I like to solo it, so I really can take all matters into my own hands. Otherwise, stay tuned for more videos to come.